Okay, welcome back.
What's up, guys?
How you doing?
How you doing? I'm doing good. I'm doing good. How you doing? How you been?
I've been good.
Doing good?
Maintaining.
Yeah,
Yeah, day to
yeah,
day.
yeah.
You know how my days are.
What's the tea? What's
What's the
what's the
tea?
tea? Tell me the tea, baby.
Since we're talking
What's the
about
tea?
tea,
Yeah, yeah.
um, so I'm excited to talk about the topic that we're going to talk about. I know you're not so too much excited about
I'm a
it.
positive dude, right? So you know what I'm saying? Like so, you know, I stay in positivity. So
We can make this positive,
yeah,
you
I like to
know.
laugh and joke and have a good time. And but no, this is good. It's
This
good.
is good. So
It's good.
what is this topic
You've
that we
been
are?
reading the comments. You've
Yes.
been reading these comments on
Yes.
social media and
Yes. From day one, before we even posted full episodes, I was just posting, reels and
Mhm.
just things of us working behind the scene. And we have been exploded with comments,
Mhm.
feedback, and how people feel. So today, what we're going to talk about is why are people so bothered with our relationship? I mean, they're so bothered.
Well, they have feelings. They have to address their feelings. They have to express their feelings. No, but I guess you know what? Because we are we're built for communication, we're built for socializing, but more importantly, like we're built for connection.
So people feel the need to express
Yeah, well,
themselves.
because we are made for these things. Everyone has had someone that either helped them or hurt them. And if
Mm.
you've had that level of pain, because I'm not going to involve love in it overall, because even when there's like sometimes you've gone through something bad, love still could be involved in it, right? So what we're going to focus on most is I think that they might have gotten hurt really bad in some of these
When you say
relationships.
they, just so that we're clearing it up for
The
the
people who have
audience,
the
you're
negativity,
talking
the
about
people who have the
the
negativity.
people who have had negative things to
Yes,
say
yes, they've been hurt, and they have not found a way to make it work,
about
right?
our relationship.
Yeah, they have not found a way to make it work where we were hurt, because they may think that we didn't go through any of the pain or the processes that they've gone through, and
So some of these people that you're talking about
mhm,
includes my mama and my daddy.
they do. Hey, mamita,
Cause
papito, that's not me, baby. It's over
so
here.
I think I've told you
I think
this
you guys are
because
great.
when we before I got married and
Remarried.
before I was remarried, when while we
Mhm.
were divorced,
Yes.
um my parents came up to visit, and I shared this story with you. They came up to visit, and we were divorced. We weren't together. Everyone knew. And you came over. You came over, and you brought all the kids over to hang out, and of course to eat some of my mom's yummy Haitian food.
That's right.
And after you left, of course, you and I were interacting like we do, like the
Yes.
way that we interact now,
Yes.
right?
So we both have really good sense of humor.
So after
So,
you left, my mom and my daddy came over, and they were like, in their with their Haitian accents, you Kevin friends like this, and they went on to ask, how will my potential new suitor feel about this?
yeah.
That I need to end my relationship with you
Hmm.
because they don't, my future husband is not going to accept this. I didn't realize they were like
Mm.
watching us
Oh
like
yeah.
hawks.
Oh
Well,
yeah.
like a hawk, I
We
mean.
were laughing too much around them.
We were being us. We were, and
Yeah.
I'm not gonna not be me around nobody.
Yes.
They're my parents, and I didn't even know that there was a way that we were being, because we were being natural. We were talking, we were laughing,
Hmm.
joking. I don't
Hmm.
even remember what we were talking about. I just, when I think back, they were watching all of this, and in their mind, they
Hmm.
were like, "What the heck is this?
Well,
This is not going to work. They're too close. What relationship is this? Her new husband isn't going to accept this. And hold on, let me finish
no,
the
my mom
conversation.
is part of their club, so you know that. That's what I had to throw that in there because
Your mama
I'm gonna
too.
throw you under the
Your
bus,
mama
mama.
too.
Yeah.
I mean, the conversation kept on going. I tried to explain it, but there was no explanation.
Hmm.
They were not having it.
Yeah.
They were not having it to the point where I had to put my foot down and end the conversation
Oh yeah.
because I wasn't going to lie to them. I wasn't going to lie to them and say what they wanted to hear.
Hmm.
We have kids together, and I love what we have going on.
Yeah.
So when you talk about, and it's not just my mama, it's my friends.
Yes.
My friends, recently one of them was like, they're not buying this. They're
Yeah.
just not buying this, and they would never accept this
Yes.
from their new man. They would never accept
Of
their
course.
man
Of course
having
not.
a relationship the way
course
that
not.
you and I have.
Yeah.
And so it's not just the people online. People are just bothered.
Yes. Well, first, let me start and tell them the answer to the question on how is God did it. That's how. We didn't do it.
Yes.
We struggled just like everyone else
Yeah.
to get our relationship
Yeah.
back to even where we were even on talking
Mhm.
grounds, right? We weren't talking. We weren't communicating just for the kids and the kids only. We didn't see one another. We
Yep.
didn't hang around one another as much. And then when we would talk, it would always lead to an argument back and forth.
Yeah.
So you can look at one of the videos that we did post on how we actually got over that and got past all of that to where we are today. But as being here, I want to read one of these comments.
So you want to
that
get
someone
into the
wrote.
comments?
Yes, I want to read one of these comments. Boots versus Sunday said, "Wouldn't be my friend after you failed me as a husband. F that."
Shit.
Yes.
She said F that shit.
So I don't curse, so we go. I'll let Milan say it. So, madam, I agree with you. If you are struggling where we were struggling where we first started out, I agree with you. But once you move past it, once you see the love that family brings and the beautiful gift that God has given us through our children, life is bigger than this. It is short. Family is way more important than the hangups of what we had together as a husband and a wife. We no longer have that dynamic. She's remarried. I've moved on. The dynamic that we have now, we have to work in that construct. So even with your friends that's looking in now, because what they're thinking of is a past thing, and if you're stuck in the past, then you're kind of making your future really, really less bright. But your present also is going to be dim, and that's just not the light that we live in.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
not the way that we've chosen to live our life. We could hold on to the grudges. We could hold on to the hangups. We could hold on to the pain. But I mean, I love to laugh with you more. I'd rather joke with you more. I'd rather
It's
raise our children with you
easier.
more.
It's so much easier.
I'd rather share the love that we've been given through the faith that we have more. So these are the things that I'm drawn to and the things that I love about you as being part of my family, because we're family. We're not just friends. We're not just ex-husband and ex-wives. Like, we're going to share grandchildren together one
Yeah.
day. I want to see what that looks like. And I hope everyone who hears this take that perspective in life, that life is just, it's not just with a phone in your hand or some show that you're watching. We're living it in
It's
real life,
real.
in real time, man. And the decisions that we make, our children are going to follow and pattern after us. So is my grandchildren. And the failures or the successes that I had, none of that defines me. They're part of my life. They're not my life. What I do every day and choose to be and decisions I make from day to day, that weighs on me more than anything. And I love this. I love what we have once again. And to Boots versus Sunday, I hope one day that you have it too.
I mean, there's a lot of negative comments here.
Yes.
Toxic.
There's a lot of positive
people
ones as
calling
well.
us toxic, and that's what I'm going to touch on, the positive ones. People, saying that this is BS. They're still together, or they're still sleeping together. Amongst just because
Listen,
you're
listen.
friends doesn't mean that you're
You,
sleeping
you
together.
and my mama, y'all
Wait,
mind is in the
is
same
that what your
place.
mama said?
No, my mom, that's the way she look at everything. Like if you look, if I smile at you and be like, "Hey, how you doing?" You're like you
You
go, girl. Anything, right? She be like, "What's going on?
y'all together.
What's happening?
What's
What y'all
happening?
doing? Where you leaving out at 11 o'clock at night to go?" like be like Walmart closed at 11. Where you going at 11? So
It's,
yes,
it's all around us. It's
yes.
our families, it's our friends, it's people online. But amongst the negativity, I have to admit, there's a lot of support here. Um,
More than the negativity, just so you guys know.
so we have one comment that said, "My parents are exes and best friends.
Look at
It's
that.
a real thing. They
Hmm.
are healthier and a better team to my sisters and I. I'm grateful for the maturity and respect they have for one another to
Amen.
make a hard decision like this and still co-parent and co-love with each other."
Amen.
And then someone else comment and says the same. "I'm just learning this. And though we spent 7 years together already, you know, I miss him in a relationship way sometimes, but we always almost end up arguing." So she knows that being
Exactly.
back together doesn't work,
That's right. It's
right?
going to be
Being
a
back
struggle
together
and
doesn't
and a
work.
fight
Like,
there.
you and I don't work back together.
No, it's going to
We
be
don't work
that's where the
back
struggle and the fight
together.
is, right?
The
Right?
reason why we get along so well,
That's right.
it's the very same reasons that in a relationship we don't do well.
There you go.
We have a lot in common.
Mhm.
A lot in common. Our energies, even our foundation with the way we raise children and religion and people. What makes us, the reason why we're able to do this is because the thing that we both believe in is that life is bigger than petty things.
That's right.
So we don't believe in sticking with petty BS.
That's right.
We're really big on focusing on the big picture and moving on.
Because that's what real hustlers do.
So that's how much we have in common. And because we have so much in common, when you put our dynamics together,
Hmm.
instead of coming together, we are like this.
That's right. Preach.
We are like this
Go ahead.
because my way is better.
Wow.
I'm smarter.
Uh-huh. Keep going.
And that's why, we.
You know you're not supposed to lie in church, but keep going.
I ain't lying. We're not together, but that's why we're not together. But just like what she's saying, she knows that they're always going to end up arguing. Yet she appreciates having him in her life and that they're best friends.
Yes.
I don't know if her dynamics involve children, but the biggest thing for us
No,
is
she said her mom and dad, so she is the
no.
child.
This was the person that made the comment.
Okay.
She was supporting what the first lady said. This
Oh,
isn't the
okay,
same
okay,
person.
okay.
She was supporting what the first lady said. So I don't know if her dynamics involve children, but for us, our big picture is the kids.
Oh, yes.
It's the kids.
Oh, yes.
Who cares about what happened?
Yes.
Now that's another episode.
Because
Some serious wait. Some serious stuff did happen.
no, I'm
right?
saying, but because with kids, we didn't have to deal with one another. We could have just went our separate ways without kids.
Right.
That's what I mean. Without kids,
Right.
we could have just went our separate ways, moved on with our lives. We didn't have to try to mediate or work anything out. But because of that nucleus family that we have with our children, and those of you like us who have children with someone that you're no longer with, we made that the primary focus, bigger than
Right.
everything else that was on the table.
Right.
Because they are bigger than everything else that you have
on the table. So and when we say bigger than everything that happened on the table, like Kevin and I went through some stuff, some serious stuff. When people see our relationship, they assume that it wasn't serious, that what we went through, it's nothing. They can get back together.
I just stopped liking you one day and then we got divorced.
Right.
Or you just stopped liking me one day and we got divorced. That's what most people, They're
That's
like,
what most
well,
people assume
yeah,
when they see us, and that's
yeah.
not at all what happened. That'll be for another episode where we talk about, you know,
Mm-mm.
you're
No, it
not
won't be.
ready?
No, ma'am.
You're not ready?
No, ma'am.
Like I said,
No.
that'll be for another episode where we talk about what really happened,
This is an
right?
episode that you
That's
was.
the tea.
She'll talk about what really
That's,
happened.
that's the
That tea is
tea.
gonna stay in the jug.
Oh, I might be filming that episode by myself. It'll
Yes.
just be me and the ladies.
You can put a billboard. You
Me
know,
and the
what
ladies.
a
Maybe we'll have
cutout.
a girls' night.
Yeah, you can put a cutout
Maybe
of
we'll
me
have a girls' night. Maybe I'll just bring
and,
my girls,
and make
and
sure it's
then I'll spill the
a
tea with
cutout
them.
of me in the middle. I want to be cutout of
Oh,
me in
that's
the
a
middle.
really good idea.
Oh yes.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
But point is, we've gone through some.
And then I'm gonna tell my side with the fellas. I have a cutout of you in the middle.
I don't think I like that because my side is the right side.
No.
Your version is not the right version.
No.
Your version is not the
My
right
version
version.
is always the right
No,
version.
it's not. My version is the right version.
You
Your
know what?
version
You know
is
what?
delusional.
We're going to agree to disagree.
Your version is delusional.
We're going to agree
My
to disagree. You see how much it takes for us to make this work? And you haters out there, y'all don't know what y'all talking about. It is not easy, baby. Being cheesy, baby.
So my version is the right version, so we're only going to reveal my version. If we're not going to do it together,
Yes.
then we're only going to reveal my version.
Okay. So then we're
Back
not
on
going to do it
topic.
at all. I'd agree.
But so emphasizing on the fact that we've gone through some serious relationship marital woes, right? And
Counseling, all of that good stuff.
and I don't want anyone to think, well, what they went through was not what I went through. What I went through was worse. I just can't talk to this man, or I just can't talk to this woman. What we went through was pretty traumatic. It was traumatic for me. That's why you guys need to know my version. But the bigger picture was our kids. But even if we didn't have kids, I think we probably wouldn't have been as close, but I would have moved on. I would have moved on enough to be able to say hello and, and not be bothered by interacting with you.
Okay.
Because the bigger picture is the kids, and the bigger picture is life is just too short.
It is.
Life is just too short. We don't have forever.
And we had several scares, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yes.
You know, we had several scares where one of us wasn't going to be here. So
Right.
I mean,
Right.
with all of that, so we saw just how short it could be. So.
And who cares about? We could care less about the negative comments. We could care less about them. We adore what we have. I adore what I have with you. My kids get to grow up and be surrounded by love because of our relationship.
Exactly.
And I don't have, our relationship holding me hostage.
And it gave me opportunity to get to know your husband.
Yeah.
And to, be around him personally, see what kind of wonderful man he is. Shout out to James. He's a really sweet
And the
guy.
younger kids love you.
Yes. And then I just want to say that. And then also to be around your two little ones as well.
Yeah.
Because my two are the last of my bunch. So the one that we share, they're my babies, and then your baby. So yeah, it's been a beautiful dynamic, and I'm hoping that we will influence the rest of you that's out there that come from a divided home or split home or whichever way you want to call it, that you can see that there's a way back. There's a way back to actually having a family without being husband and wife, without being into an intimate relationship when it comes to what we would consider intimate, where there's another level of intimacy through love itself and family itself. So I enjoy that bond, and I'm glad we have it.
Yes. And that was well said. And ladies and gentlemen, thanks again for joining us for another episode of Kevin and Mimi Milan. Bye.